Hello and welcome to Pod Popper's Place. I'm Penny, and today I am hopping along with Kendra's card challenge number 17. Kendra's card challenge number 17 just started January 1st and goes through March 31st of 2025. And we are working with Crafty Critta products today. Crafty Critta is a super sponsor and will be donating a $25 gift certificate each month to one lucky winner. And they also sent us some paper and foils to work with. And these are some of the fabulous papers. They are very masculine, and there's quite a few different options in each packet. And then these are some toner foil images that are ready to foil in a machine or laminator, and they are 6x8, so you do need to cut those down to size to fit for your project or your machine. And then these are 3 different foils that I'm going to be worked with: Tree Frog Green, Champagne, and Baked Sand. I am going to show you quite a bit of my foiling today, as Crafty Critta is a big foiling company and they have lots of foil products. So I am new to foiling to somewhat degree because I just got an actual foiling machine, and before I had a very old laminator and often struggled to get good results. So this may have been just because I had a very old laminator and not because of the type of machine I was using and that you have to use a foil machine. Actually, the instructions on the back of the Crafty Critta packages says to use a laminator. So I am assuming that the right laminator would work properly and give you better results than I had with mine. But I did end up getting a foiling machine because I just was not sure how that would work, and I am having better results, but I still am like getting some spots that don't transfer, and I'm still trying to figure out what number of the machine works best. I have found that number 3 tends to work the best, but then sometimes it feels like it gets too hot and it starts wrinkling. Here are a few examples with Blueberry Swirl and Party Pink that they sent, and they turned out perfectly. You can see in this baked sand, it did wrinkle up, and when it tends to wrinkle up, that means the machine is probably too hot, and then it does give you these black streaks in your foiling. So I will show you how I'm going to still use that sheet in the baked sand, even with the black streak showing through it. And here I'm switching over to the Tree Frog Green and some of the machines that are on this toner sheet, and the sticker from the wrap was still on the outside of the foil. You can kind of see the residue there, but it does not affect the foiling results that I could tell. It didn't have any issues with that particular area. And this also wrinkled up, so I was a little bit concerned, so I decided to send it through a second time, opposite direction. And then I was like, well, maybe I need to turn the heat down and try it again, because I was really worried about pulling up that sheet and finding that I had a bunch of black areas that didn't foil properly. I did try to fussy cut these out, and I just wasn't doing a very good job. So I wanted to draw a black line around the images and see if my scan and cut would cut them out well. The vehicles seemed to foil well, except for one tiny little black spot, and I decided to use the negative side on these full toner sheets. They had sent me some gold and some white, and I just thought it looked better on the white. These toner sheets come in a wide range of colors, and they are full toner sheets. So when you put the negative on there, it gets you a really cool design, the opposite of what you already foiled before. And so here I'm going to use the champagne on the white as well. The gold and the champagne are just too similar in color, and also I had tried the burnt sand as well, and it was just kind of very hard to see with the gold. When you pull off the negative from these toner sheets, they are harder to pull off, and sometimes a little bit of the toner will come up. You can see the white on the plastic there, but they usually work pretty well, and I was really happy with the results, and you can see both the positive and negative here. So you get basically a 2-for-1, which is awesome. And then I'm going to also do that with this gold one and put that through the machine after I get it nice and flat, hopefully. And then this is just a some pink on the gold. So you can see the pink looks really nice with the gold. So it just depends on what color you're using. And so here again, I'm just carefully peeling, and once again, some of that white does kind of stick, and so you have to pull a little bit harder, but it didn't ruin the design at all. And other than one little spot there that got missed, it foiled really well. So I tried both cutting with the scan and cut with the black line drawn out, and then I also used the unfoiled gears as well to have the brother scan and cut it out, and it cut the black and white ones out much better. It still really wanted to go around the gears, like the tiny little teeth on the gears, it wanted to go around that, so it could be smoothed out more, but it seems to have trouble, the brother scan and cut seems to have trouble recognizing things with the foil on there. I don't know if the brightness of it or the reflections of it just kind of seem to confuse it a little bit, and it doesn't cut as well. So even though with the drawn lines, I set it up to cut inside of the black line, it really didn't, and I did have to go and trim it off with my scissors anyway. So just some advice there that they will work, but if you have a scan and cut, you may need to tweak some of the settings in order to get it to cut well. I decided to use the burnt orange gears that had the line through it when the foil got wrinkled up, and I used a 3.5 inch circle to cut it in half and just cut my circle out of it. And I wish that I hadn't done that. I wish I had tried to cut more around the gears on that one side. I just think it would have looked nicer, but it's fine. I think you really don't notice that much. And I do lay everything out, and I did have to trim it down a little bit in order to get it to small enough so that it wasn't going off the top of the card. The white is awfully stark, so I decided to add some distress ink around it just to darken those up and give it more of this kind of grungy look that I want to give it for a really masculine card. And I use the distress ink, but then I do wipe a lot of it off with a cloth because I want to make sure that that foil is still really nice and shiny. I do apologize. This is a longer video than I like to have in a video hop, but I did want to show you as much of the foiling as possible. So for today's hop, be sure and fill out the form in the description box below so that you can have a chance to win a 1-month membership as an official patron to Kendra's card challenges, which will give you access to 1 year of previous challenges sketches and 1 year of bonus printables, and also early access to Kendra's D-Stash sales. If you are unfamiliar with Kendra's card challenges, I just wanted to let you know that it is a quarterly card challenge where you create 15 cards with the sketches that Kendra provides, and then you submit a picture of the 15 cards in one photo to the link party, and you will have a chance to win some fabulous prizes from some of our sponsors. I was super excited to get this paper from Crafty Critta because I have these gears that I don't often get to use, and so I'm pulling out 5 of them that have some more substance to them. They're a little bit thicker, and I'm going to emboss them, put some StazOn ink on there, and then emboss them with some black detail embossing powder. And so I just put the ink on there and then the powder, and then I'm going to heat those up with my heat tool. And then after I heat those up with my heat tool, I'm going to use some of my little scraps of foil, and I'm going to foil these. And they aren't going to give a really nice clean foil, but they are going to give this kind of fun grungy look. And because I used black embossing powder, the black is what's showing underneath where it didn't foil. So I really was so happy with how these looked, and I thought they were perfect for this card. Next, I cut some additional cuts of the same dies of gears, and so I could just layer those up. And I did layer them up differently. I gave some extra height to some of them and made some of them a little bit thinner so that I could kind of give some dimension at altering levels. For part of my sentiment, I got out this Better Press plate, and it actually says "You are awesome to the core," but I just pressed the part that says "You are awesome" and left the end part off. Because this is a video hop, there is a playlist in the description box, so please hit the playlist button so that you can see all of the amazing inspiration from our design team members. Also, if you are new to Kendra's card challenges, be sure to go to Cards by Kendra's YouTube channel to see Kendra's video regarding all the instructions for the challenge. Some of the prizes will be awarded each month, so be sure to watch the giveaway video on Cards by Kendra to see if you've won a prize, and make sure to claim your prize if you are in fact a winner. For the rest of my sentiment, I had pulled out 3 different letter sets that I had, and I decided to go with these really, really large, tall, skinny ones and spell out Dad, because I just thought it was kind of cool with the rest of the card, the way it was looking. And just to get the "You Are Awesome" part on there, I decided to go ahead and trim the other end of it with the rest of the same die that I used to cut the original strip. And then I added a layer behind it with just some of that same tan cardstock that kind of tied in with the rest of the colors on the card. I really felt like my card was really coming together. I was super happy with pretty much everything of how it looked. And I go to put my Dad letters on, and lo and behold, that first D ends up getting on there a little bit crooked. So kind of ruined it for me a little bit. As much as I wanted to slide it over, that glue was just pure set. But I really think that it's a fabulous card, and I'm excited to send it to my dad. I really appreciate you watching this long video to the end, and I would sure love it if you would subscribe and come back again. Until next time, I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.